Hi everyone. Welcome to Teachers Free. We now present you our Grade 7 English 2nd Periodical Test Review. This review includes 40 multiple-choice questions that measures ability to analyze literary elements, determine author's purpose, apply the writing process, and evaluate their own compositions for coherence and cultural relevance, literature analysis, author's purpose and text types, writing process and mechanics, and composition and publication. Each question promotes critical thinking, contextual understanding, and creativity, following the DepEd MATATAG standards. Let's get ready and review together for your second quarter English test. Question 1. What element of prose arranges incidents into a meaningful pattern of beginning, middle, and end? A. Plot. B. Theme. C. Setting. Answer. A. Plot. It organizes story events for logical flow. This demonstrates recognition of story structure. Question 2. A teacher asks learners to create a short outline showing the stages of a chosen story's conflict. Which literary element are they applying? A. Characterization. B. Plot structure. C. Symbolism. Answer. B. Plot structure. Outlining events applies knowledge of story sequencing. It measures application of structural analysis. Question 3. When a character's decision changes the story outcome, what relationship is being analyzed? A. Character and plot. B. Tone and mood. C. Theme and symbolism. Answer. A. Character and plot. Actions influence how events progress. This assesses interaction among literary elements. Question 4. When an author clearly states she was brave, the technique used is characterization of what type? A. Direct. B. Indirect. C. Symbolic. Answer. A. Direct. The trait is explicitly mentioned. It checks knowledge of characterization techniques. Question 5. If you infer a person's traits from dialogue and behavior, what process are you using? A. Analyzing setting. B. Inferring indirect characterization. C. Memorizing details. Answer. B. Inferring indirect characterization. You derive meaning from actions and speech. It applies interpretive inference to character study. Question 6. A narrator says, he thought she would never return, revealing only one mind's thoughts. Which point of view is shown? A. First person. B. Third person limited. C. Omniscient. Answer. B. Third person limited. It limits perspective to one character. This analyzes narrative focus and control. Question 7. Which narration is most reliable for presenting facts objectively? A. First person. B. Second person. C. Third person omniscient. Answer. C. Third person omniscient. It allows balanced, all-knowing presentation. It evaluates credibility of narrative voice. Question 8. You are asked to write a paragraph comparing two short stories using author background. Which approach should you apply? A. Biographical. B. Structural. C. Formalist. Answer. A. Biographical. It connects life experiences to meaning. This applies contextual literary method. Question 9. If you trace how setting and customs reveal beliefs of a group, which context are you analyzing? A. Sociocultural. B. Psychological. C. Structural. Answer. A. Sociocultural. It studies social and cultural influences in text. This shows contextual awareness of meaning sources. Question 10. A critic claims a story's theme on friendship is universal. Which question best tests that claim? A. Is it grammatically correct? B. Is it found in many cultures? C. Is it written by a Filipino? Answer. B. Is it found in many cultures? Universality is judged by its global relevance. It measures evaluation of thematic scope. Question 11. The central message or insight conveyed by a literary work is its what? A. Tone. B. Theme. C. Mood. Answer. B. Theme. Theme expresses the main truth or lesson. This confirms concept mastery of meaning. Question 12. If a Filipino writer includes local food and dialect in fiction, which technique is being applied? A. Local color. B. Flashback. C. Imagery. Answer. A. Local color. It represents authentic cultural identity. It applies representation of socio-cultural detail. Question 13. A reader notices a symbol repeated at the beginning and end of a story. Which skill is being practiced? A. Comparing conflicts. B. Analyzing motifs. C. Identifying mood. Answer. B. Analyzing motifs. A recurring symbol strengthens theme and unity. It measures structural pattern analysis. Question 14. When judging whether an ending resolves conflict logically, what criterion is used? A. Cultural accuracy. B. Plot coherence. C. Vocabulary variety. Answer. B. Plot coherence. Logical closure validates story completeness. This evaluates narrative effectiveness. Question 15. If a critic argues that a story successfully mirrors Filipino values of hospitality and humility, what level of reading is demonstrated? A. Applying. B. Analyzing. C. Evaluating. Answer. C. Evaluating. It involves judgment of relevance and moral reflection. This checks critical interpretation of literary value. Question 16. The main reason a writer produces a text that aims to make readers laugh is to A. Inform. B. Persuade. C. Entertain. Answer. C. Entertain. Entertaining texts bring enjoyment or emotional response. This confirms recognition of the three major writing purposes. Question 17. You are assigned to compose a script encouraging students to reuse and recycle. Which purpose should guide your writing? A. To inform. B. To persuade. C. To narrate. Answer. B. To persuade. The goal is to influence readers to take action. It applies understanding of how purpose shapes language choice. Question 18. A teacher shows two articles. One explains how typhoons form, and another asks citizens to plant trees. What key difference should students analyze? A. Tone. B. Purpose. C. Font style. Answer. B. Purpose. One aims to inform, the other aims to persuade. This analyzes how intention determines text type and content. Question 19. If a reader judges that a blog post successfully convinces people to join a school campaign, which criterion is used in evaluation? A. Accuracy. B. Effectiveness of persuasion. C. Length of text. Answer. B. Effectiveness of persuasion. Evaluation depends on how well the purpose is achieved. This measures critical judgment of communicative impact. Question 20. When a writer combines facts, opinions, and emotional appeal to support an argument, the reader should A. Analyze credibility. B. Ignore details. C. Rewrite the text. Answer. A. Analyze credibility. Readers examine truth and bias before accepting claims. It develops analytical and evaluative skills in judging author's purpose. Question 21. Which step in the writing process includes brainstorming and organizing ideas before drafting? A. Pre-writing. B. Revising. C. Editing. Answer. A. Pre-writing. It involves planning and gathering ideas prior to writing. This applies understanding of the first stage of composition. Question 22. A student checks punctuation and spelling before submission. Which step is being applied? A. Revising. B. Editing. C. Publishing. Answer. B. Editing. Editing focuses on correctness of language conventions. It applies knowledge of mechanical accuracy in writing. Question 23. If a student rearranges paragraphs to improve flow, what writing skill is being practiced? A. Organization. B. Research. C. Decoration. Answer. A. Organization. Reordering ideas ensures logical development. It analyzes coherence across text structure. Question 24. After reading peer feedback, a writer changes unclear words. Which step in the process is this? A. Editing. B. Revising. C. Drafting. Answer. B. Revising. Revising refines content for clarity and impact. This applies comprehension of improving ideas, not mechanics. Question 25. Why is revising done before editing? A. Because content must be clear before correction. B. Because it's easier. C. Because grammar is not needed. Answer. A. Because content must be clear before correction. Ideas are strengthened first, then surface errors fixed. This analyzes and evaluates logical sequencing in process writing. Question 26. Which transitional marker best connects two similar ideas? A. However. B. Moreover. C. Instead. Answer. B. Moreover. It adds a supporting point to the previous one. It applies proper use of additive transitions. Question 27. A sentence begins, "The group submitted the draft on time, blank, the teacher praised them." Which connector completes it logically? A. Meanwhile. B. Consequently. C. Although. Answer. B. Consequently. It shows cause and effect between punctuality and praise. This analyzes logical relationship of ideas. Question 28. In the sentence "We practiced hard, blank we won the contest," what type of transition is needed? A. Contrastive. B. Causal. C. Sequential. Answer. B. Causal. The second clause shows the result of the first. It applies understanding of cause and effect coherence. Question 29. When revising, which sentence shows better cohesion? A. The student studied. They passed. B. The student studied, therefore, they passed. Answer. B. The students studied, therefore, they passed. The connector therefore links cause and result smoothly. This evaluates effectiveness of transitional use. Question 30. A draft has correct grammar but weak logical flow. What should be improved? A. Content. B. Cohesion. C. Spelling. Answer. B. Cohesion. Sentences must connect clearly through transitions and order. This evaluates text unity and smooth idea linkage. Question 31. What statement best defines publishing in the writing process? A. Sharing the final work with an audience. B. Correcting grammar errors. C. Brainstorming ideas. Answer. A. Sharing the final work with an audience. Publishing means making the text available to readers through print or digital form. It applies understanding of the final stage of writing development. Question 32. If a writer posts a short story online with photos and sound effects, what type of text is produced? A. Multimodal. B. Narrative. C. Informative. Answer. A. Multimodal. It combines text, image, and audio to enhance expression. This applies integration of modern publishing formats. Question 33. When reviewing a PIS story, which question tests coherence? A. Are the events arranged logically? B. Is the font size consistent? C. Is the title unique? Answer. A. Are the events arranged logically? Coherence depends on clear sequence and connection of ideas. It analyzes textual organization for readability. Question 34. What criterion helps judge whether a story represents Filipino identity? A. Language and values used. B. Number of paragraphs. C. Length of sentences. Answer. A. Language and values used. Authentic culture appears through tradition, beliefs, and speech patterns. This evaluates cultural representation in literary work. Question 35. A writer includes a folk belief in the story's conflict. What writing skill is being applied? A. Integrating local color. B. Using contrast. C. Summarizing. Answer. A. Integrating local color. It shows connection between fiction and community culture. This applies contextual integration of culture in composition. Question 36. When judging a published story, what criterion shows it meets its intended purpose? A. Audience impact. B. Word count. C. Cover design. Answer. A. Audience impact. A story succeeds when readers understand and respond as intended. This evaluates effectiveness of communication purpose. Question 37. A peer editor finds that a paragraph lacks transitions and jumps between ideas. What problem is identified? A. Cohesion. B. Grammar. C. Theme. Answer. A. Cohesion. Cohesion connects sentences with logical links and markers. It analyzes flow of ideas within paragraphs. Question 38. If a student chooses to publish a story through a class blog, what benefit is gained? A. Broader audience. B. Fewer errors. C. Private sharing. Answer. A. Broader audience. Online platforms allow wider access and feedback. It applies and evaluates digital literacy in publishing. Question 39. Which is the best reason to revise a draft before publishing? A. To improve clarity and accuracy. B. To add more pages. C. To finish early. Answer. A. To improve clarity and accuracy. Revision ensures the final output is effective and error-free. This evaluates quality control before public sharing. Question 40. When a teacher asks students to present their stories to the class, what purpose does it serve? A. To receive audience feedback. B. To memorize details. C. To test spelling. Answer. A. To receive audience feedback. Publication includes sharing work for evaluation and response. It applies and evaluates interactive learning in composition. Great job completing the Grade 7 English second quarter test. Through these items, you demonstrated how you comprehend, analyze, and express ideas clearly both in interpreting literary texts and in writing your own. Keep learning, keep solving, and see if you can get a perfect score next time.
Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends or fellow teachers, and don't forget to subscribe for more free resources and study guides. And see you in the next video.